action sort of thing. Keith put the guitar on. I'm going, right, okay. Let's get back into action again. We're going to do It's Not Love, Dokken song for the next one. And then we're going to do an instrumental after that. It's Mr. Scary, a Lynch Mob song. Where's George? He's coming. I've just changed the string. He's going to be on his way in a minute or two. So a minute or two went past. So I went back in this time because there was no string needed changed. All George needed was a G up. Come on, there's an audience and it's your audience. And there he was, fucking lying sleeping again. And I going, for fuck's sake, shook him. George, come on. It can't really be that. It can't be jet lag sort of thing, can it? Because, America's only 5 hours behind us. Plus, I think he had flown in the day before. But, he came on with his, anyway. And we launched it into It's Not Love, Mr. Scurry, Tooth and Nail. Did all the Dokken and Lynch Mob classics, couple of instrumentals. And at the end, we had turned it round. Everything was brilliant. But two things, again, then that just happened. Little incidentals where you're going, because George stopped the song like about 3/4 of the way through. We're all launching it, and he went, and have you broken another string? He says, no, and this was back whenever you could still smoke in venues. And he said, no, there's a guy there smoking, and I need a cigarette. And I went, you couldn't wait to the end of that fucking song. And I said, well, okay, get yourself a cigarette. And he says, no, I need that guy to give me one. And I go, what? You think I'm going to fucking ask that guy for... And I said, right, okay, listen, could you give Mr. Lynch a cigarette, please? Absolutely. Here, take the packet. George lit up a cigarette, did the speedo thing, smoking into the headstock, and then played on. So he had like a wee pick holder, and he put the pick in at the end of the song, and then this guy reached up and took the pick, because the stage wasn't that big, it wasn't like an arena stage. It was just a wee, like, the Rosetta was bigger than it, and I was going, well, there was a guy with a George Lynch pick, and George says, whoa. And I says, but give him it, go get another one. He went, that's my only pick. I go, what? How the fuck is that possible? That an internationally recognised star comes over to do a series of gigs and brings one pick with him. But anyway, after the show, we had a few beers together, and then he said, oh, I've got a special person that I'm going to go and stay with tonight. And we went, well, that's fine, because we were going, thank fuck for that. We want to go to the bar. It's still quite early, it was like 11 o'clock or something. We had to get up the next morning and then fly to Barcelona for the first show there. Night off in Barcelona, and then the actual Barcelona show then, or Barcelona, on the Friday night. Or was it the Thursday night thing? It was Thursday night in Razzmatazz. So we got to Barcelona, flew over. Always remember the journey there, carrying on with the air stewards and or stewardesses and them loving us, because what, we're all there. It was brilliant, because we were younger, we were more up in energy and everything. And we were singing Bon Jovi songs and stuff on the plane, getting everybody to sing, whoa, living on it. And then George turned up at the hotel, and he comes over and he goes, right, okay, guys, can we meet up in my room? And we were going, oh fuck, we're going to get told off for something or other here. So the guys, they said, I'm not going up. And I says, look, I'd go up and see what he wants. You know, he may want to do a wee rehearsal or something. You know, or he might want to rearrange the set in his way. So I went up, and he said, "Oh man," he says, "listen," he says, "I'm really sorry about last night." And I went, "It's fine, George. You know, it's cool." He says, "I was just," he says, "plus I didn't actually realise that you guys were going to be so good." You know, he says, I've done this, and I've went to Germany and went to France and whatever to do it, and some guy and his wife turns up on drums and you know whatever, and it's like just a shambles. But I just get. But last night was a pure proper gig that George himself, he said, which I was the one that kind of lowered the sort of standard of it as such. And I said to him, "Don't be silly, because whenever you were playing, you know, you were majestic," and so he was. You know, he was absolutely fantastic. And he had to actually go out at one stage before we went on as the band and put a CD in and played 2 or 3 songs to the, you know, to his backing tracks, just to fill out the time sort of thing. So he says, "I don't want to do that tonight." He says, I want to play like proper songs now that I know you guys are great, you know." And I says, "Well, what do you want to do?" And he says, "I want to do Word Up by Cameo, you know, the gun version of it. Then Word Up, baby." And I'm going, "Oh, right, okay." But I know that, mate. I know that. I've done that, you know, on my solo stuff. And what else do you want to do? And he says, "Yeah, I was thinking about, you know, doing the," and he's rhyming off all these songs. And I went, "Right, okay." And I went down to the guys and said, "Right, maybe we're not going to be supporting George tonight." And he went, "Why?" They were going, "Why?" And I said, "Because he's just asked me, you know, for us to go on and do like another 30 minutes of songs with him involved in them. And he doesn't want to do his CD thing anymore. He wants us to be, you know, to be with him more." And the guys just went, "No, way." And I went, "Well, I'll tell you what, if you're adamant about it, you go up and tell him, because I've been up, spoke to him, said that I don't think it's a good idea, but he's actually saying and complimenting you guys by saying, you know, that he wants to do more with you, you know." But they were reluctant. So I went back up to see George, and I sat him down and I said, "Listen, put the porn channel on, enjoy your night off in Barcelona. We're not doing the new songs, but as Storm Zone, we'll play a few more extra songs, and the instrumentals that you're doing, Mr. Scurry, and there were a couple of other ones that I would stay offside for and let the band just do their thing." He says, "We'll extend them, so you still get playing longer, but you're with a band, but you know, and you can extend your." You see, I says, "You see, Wicked Sensation, It's Not Love, Tooth and Nail, Just Got Lucky, double up on the solos." But he says, "No, but let Keith do a solo, you know, vie off each other. Everybody will love it, you know." And he went, "Man, where the fuck were you guys, you know, like 2 years ago when I started, you know, doing this sort of thing?" And I went, "George, what are we called?" And he went, "Storm Drain." I went, "Exactly. You don't even know us, you know. It's a, you know, but let's just make the best of what you know what we've got." Me. So he lay in bed all day and watched the porn channel. We went out and went to a great bar in Barcelona called Valhalla, right beside an Irish pub. And we had a good wee night in there, a few beers, went to like an outside patio bar, had a few beers there. Couldn't believe it when we discovered that there was a McDonald's that sold beer, you know, at 2 a.m. So, and we had a gig the next day. But what do you do? So next